The Denver Nuggets lose to the Boston Celtics. And man, what a interesting game. Now, the Denver Nuggets, no Jokic, he's out. I don't know about y'all, but everybody and their mamas had the flu, been sick, had a bunch of different things going on. Jokic is out. Apparently, he was at the arena, literally could not go through his warm-ups. They exited him out. Michael Malone basically said to him, this is not the place you need to be. Go home, get rested up, take care of business. And the Nuggets end up losing to Boston today, 118-106. Now, there's a lot of stuff to talk about when it comes to this game. There was a lot of really good individual play. I'm going to go through it real quick. Russell Westbrook, 26 points, 9 rebounds, and 6 assists, 9 of 18 from the field, 4 of 9 from 3, 4 of 5 from the free throw line, a block and a steal. Michael Porter Jr., 15, 10, and 3. He honestly he was off to a really good start, had 11 and 7 in the first half, cooled off in the second half, but then in the fourth quarter really didn't get a lot of touches. Jamal Murray, I would say like a bad start, and then he had a really good surge there, 19, 4, and 4. He was 8 of 17 from the field. He was 1 of 5 from 3. And then Christian Brown had 12 points, 5 of 10 from the field, 2 of 5 from 3 tonight. But off the bench, Peyton Watson is the story to me. He is the absolute story to me. That dude is amazing. I think he's going to make an all-defense team. He legitimately is amazing. And he had 14 points and 4 rebounds tonight, 5 of 9 from the field, 2 of 3 from 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 4 blocks and a steal. Back-to-back elite defensive games for him like he did versus Wemby. Julian Strawther, 19, 2 and 2, 8 of 15 from the field, 3 of 6 from 3 tonight. He was a -3, but him and Peyton Watson showed real promise today, man. Those are 2 players you can put in your rotation with Russ off the bench that I think can be special. DJ and Sarge played today. Sarge got the start. He was a -7, no points, 4 assists though, 1 rebound, had a block. Again, it just doesn't really, do a lot for the team overall. But I do think he had like a really good, passes that he had today. DeAndre Jordan, 1.5 rebounds, 1 assist. He was a +1 in his minutes tonight. The only Nugget in the positive plus minus. But the Nuggets today, they held the Celtics to 35 3-pointers. The Nuggets themselves, 14 to 36. They were 39%. The Nuggets won the 3-pointing battle in volume and in makes, but they lost because of the free throw line and also because of the twos. The Celtics dominated from 2 today. The opposite of what they've done. They had 60 points in the paint today. But here's the thing. The Nuggets and the Celtics played inverse. The Nuggets were the 3-point shooting team. The Celtics were the team that was dominating the paint. But yeah, yep. I got a whole new setup. I got a whole new computer. I got a whole new camera, everything. So y'all, we are live. Like if you watch Locked On, we're able to do a lot more stuff now. We're going to have some really, really good content coming out over the next couple weeks and stuff, especially. But y'all, man, I'm going to tell y'all, I got smoke with the Celtics. Now, not really. Ain't no real smoke. It's not like actual smoke. I'm going to be clear about this in any way, shape, and form. I fully believe that if Denver Nuggets beat the Boston Celtics in the series. And for me, it's not even a conversation. It's not even a conversation for me. They would absolutely be obliterated by Nikola Jokic. I mean, honestly, they would have, of all the teams that he could play against, whether it be the Cleveland, the Thunder, the Cleveland and the Thunder, they would have the worst interior defense across the board, like by far. They would get bullied on the inside. Now, the question will come down to Russ, obviously MPJ, who's playing really freaking well lately, Murray and all that stuff. But again, I'm good with them. Like they can eat, they can do what they got to do. Now, Ox, normally I would agree with you, Ox, but again, bro, it's the volume, man. Like you got to be able to put up the volume. That's just the league now. And if you don't put up the volume, there's going to be issue. I'm wearing green. Why am I wearing green? Because, just Celtics pride, man. Shout out Celtics pride. But look, I'm trying to tell y'all, man, I think you put this team fully together, man, with Aaron Gordon. That made a big difference tonight. Aaron Gordon in particular not being here was a huge difference. Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, they had 38 points on 35 shots at one point in time in the fourth quarter. Then they started scoring as the fourth quarter went on. But, man, I'm telling you, man, you could just see, like, the team was fighting. They were in the fight today. They were being consistent. Russ wasn't letting them slide. Murray wasn't letting them slide. He started off bad and really picked it up. Michael Porter Jr. was playing really well. But what happened is the Nuggets just didn't have their floor setter. They didn't have their connector. Their offense stalled out. Their defense was fine, but their offense stalled out over at one point. They just didn't have the ability to really lean in to their identity. And Russ was trying to make things happen. So he turns the ball over a lot because that's the way he's typically been required to play. But in this situation, Russ had 8 turnovers today, and that was more than all of the other starters combined. And obviously, that's just too much. Like the Nuggets they had 16 turnovers. He had half of them. But again, I don't really discredit. Like it's okay, like because Russ was trying to force the issue, but in the fourth quarter, when they were trying to get the game back into the balance, he was trying to make certain things happen, but then they would have slippages, all kind of stuff. But overall, I told some people on Twitter, the Nuggets just don't have a 5. They just don't have a 5. Like they don't have a 5 behind Joker. And for me, that's like the biggest issue. And the issue is like Dario doesn't do anything for this team. DJ is doing the most he can, but he's also like really advanced in his career. The rebounding, the scoring, the defense, it's not the same. And so he just doesn't have the ability to impact the game on a possession-by-possession basis like he used to. And so for me, I'm just like, they're doing the best they can. They're trying to make it work. But there are definitely some additions that they do need to make to this roster and to this team overall. But the backup 5 position, at least in the regular season, it's times like this you're like, man, Deron Holmes would have been here. A 6'10" switchable big that can shoot. This is the exact series you would play in versus a Celtics team with Jokic, with Aaron Gordon, with Peyton Watson. Like that's really, for me, going to be the story. It's like when you put another athlete next to all the athletes they already have. And look, honestly, Peyton Watson, I think he continues to add to his mysticism. Because if you watch the way he plays, man, he literally is flying everywhere. And the Celtics were doing anything they can to get him off of their best players. Get him off their best players. He honestly is going to be, for me, I think he is going to be very, very clearly one of the best defenders in the sport. Like, I don't know when that happens for him, but I'm very confident at some point in time, he will be the best defender on this team for sure, and also be one of the best defenders in the sport. Tonight, the Nuggets, they shot 15 of 26 at the rim. The Celtics were 26 of 30. So, again, functionally, the defense fell apart and collapsed today. The Celtics, really good, 150 offensive rating in transition today. But in half court, listen to this. The Nuggets had a 103.4 half court rating. The Celtics had a 100 half court rating. So when the Nuggets were actually able to sit them down and have them play in the half court, they actually beat the Celtics. They played better than they did in that function. But the problem is that, like, I'm talking about missed shots and turnovers. The Celtics were running. And that really is just going to be a real big issue, especially when you're at a talent disadvantage like they were. I'm getting this off cleaning the glass, by the way, just in case everybody's asking. But overall, look, man, like I'm not even upset about it. Like it just is like I don't think the Celtics are a team that the Nuggets would really they would have issues with. But if you're just telling me just straight up, like, yeah, I think the Celtics, I think they would get waxed. But they literally like the Nuggets would literally have their way with them on the offensive end consistently. But it's just a matter of like being able to slow them down. And like they did, they turned down their 3-point volume today, and the Celtics were basically falling apart. And, when the game gets into balance, especially in the fourth quarter, the Nuggets were out there. They were out their best scorer. They were out their best playmaker. They were out their best passer. They were out their best rebounder. And, a couple more casual people on, that don't really watch the Nuggets were like, well, the defense is better because Jokic isn't in it. No, the Nuggets defense is actually worse when Joker doesn't play. I know a lot of people like to hang on to false narratives that don't exist, but factually. And I'll even prove it to you right now. If you go to PBP stats, everybody can look this up. You just go to PBP stats. You can pull all this stuff up, get all your latest news and information about the Denver Nuggets and others. I'll pull this up for you all so you can read it. yourself. But if you pull up PvP stats, it will tell you. Wrong screen. Here we go. Read it. All right. Let me zoom in a little bit for y'all. So the Denver Nuggets this year, Jokic on court, 126.30 offensive rating, best in the league by far. Their defense, better today now, but it changed after this game. 114.93 defensive rating, and then a 113.96. There's a 1 point difference. And then there's a huge difference right here. So the Nuggets are functionally a far superior team when Joker plays. So when you're missing all of that, everything absolutely changes about the function of the team. And you even saw that in the fourth quarter today. They just don't have it. And again, look, I'm with you all. Like, I definitely get it. Like, people are saying that, like, Tavern, it's not that I don't, I know they want to. They definitely, if they could, they would get off of those contracts for sure. But the issue is Dario making 5, Zeke making 8, and has 3 more years on top of it. You're gonna have a lot of issue moving them. But again, if you've heard me talk, if anybody has heard me talk, that is a problem for the Nuggets. That is a problem for the Nuggets. The fact that they are not able. Hey, shout out, by the way. Love the new setup. Huh. Look, check me out. Check me out. Next win. Next win. Next win, y'all know what time it is. All this stuff, you already know. It's popping. Now, if this was any other day, and this was a bad loss and all that stuff, maybe get some of this, maybe get some rain and all that stuff. I don't even care, bro. Like, at all. Good effort by the Denver Nuggets. Great effort by the Denver Nuggets. They fought hard, 1,000%. But it definitely is, one of them games you kind of got to chalk up. You didn't have one of your guys. You didn't have your main guy. Aaron Gordon being out for over half the season has been a big story this year that I think people are just not talking about because the Nuggets are still 20-15, but like they have not had their best defender and their finisher on the inside of the paint and their 44% three-point shooter for over half the season. So that's obviously causing a lot of issues to this team. But y'all, Celtics fans, I just want to be clear about this. It's not actual beef. It's not actual beef. It's not real. It's just more so for fun on Twitter and all that kind of stuff, man. Like, it is what it is. Like, I have a lot of people that I respect in the Boston media market, but y'all also, like, cry a lot about a lot of stuff, too. Especially being the fact that you're the second biggest and second most popular team in the NBA, without a shadow of doubt. Every single time Tatum doesn't get an award, doesn't get a call, doesn't get MVP votes, doesn't get whatever, like woe is me. Goodness gracious, just tears constantly. But I respect y'all because I think the Boston Celtics should be the favorite to win the title. I mean, until somebody takes them down, they should be the favorite to win the title. But obviously tonight didn't mess with Boston at all. But Denver Nuggets, man, I do think they could get Jokic. I do think they have Aaron Gordon. I do think that the story would have been a lot different tonight. But overall, I'm really, really proud of how hard the Denver Nuggets fought to make this a game, even though it was 118-106. So shout out. But y'all know what time it is, Swipa Gang. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. We are on the way to 12,000 subscribers, I believe. We got some more coming up with PC, Locked On Nuggets, Mile High Sports. Y'all know what time it is. I'm everywhere at all times, trying to make great content for y'all. Look,